Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we will go for next problem of equilibrium, and in this problem we have to find the reaction at A and B. So basically two supports are provided, one support is provided at A and another support is provided at B. For a bent beam ABC, as you can see, this A, B up to this entire one beam loaded as shown in figure. So what we have to find? We have to find what is the reaction, what are the reactions at A and B. So let us start with first drawing free body diagram. So as you can see here, that support provided at A is what? It's a hinge support, and at hinge support there will be two reactions. One will be vertical reaction and one will be horizontal reaction. So as you can see, HA and VA is provided at point A because it is a hinge support. Next at B, you can see that at B it's a roller support. You can see at the bottom rollers are provided. At a roller support we know that there will be only one reaction, and that is a vertical reaction. So at B vertical reaction is provided, and to that name is given as RB. Now let us try to convert all different types of load into the point load so that we can proceed for calculation. So first is 10 kilonewton of point load is provided, so we'll copy paste same thing over here. Next anti-clockwise moment of 10 kilonewton meter is provided, so again same thing, we'll copy paste here. Next we will go for, as you can see here, a UDL is provided, that is a uniformly distributed load, and for this uniformly distributed load we will convert it into a point load. So let us first draw a point load over here. Okay, so that we have to represent here. So this is a point load. Okay, what will be intensity of this point load? So we know formula, that is equal to W into L. What is W? That is what is intensity of the load. Then it is given as 4 kilonewton per meter. So here I'll write 4 multiply by length for which that entire UDL is spreaded, then that length is 2 meters. So 4 into 2, and that will give you answer as 8 kilonewtons. As you can see, a downward point load which is equivalent to the UDL is given of 8 kilonewton. Next we will go for a last type of load, and that is basically a trapezoidal load. So we know that to trapezoidal load, how to solve the trapezoidal load? Then to trapezoidal load we will first divide it into two parts, and one part will give you UDL and one part will give you UVL. As you can see, I have divided this trapezoidal load into this lower part of UDL and this upper part of UVL, that is uniformly distributed load and uniformly variable load. Now you first focus here. A 4 kilonewton per meter is given, so this length will represent 4 kilonewton per meter. So definitely this will also represent 4 kilonewton per meter. Here total length is given as 8 kilonewton per meter. Out of that 4 is given over here. So what is left? We are left with another 4 kilonewton per meter. So one UDL we are getting of 4 kilonewton per meter, and one UVL we are getting of 4 kilonewton per meter. And for this both type of load we will show one point load. So let us show one point load which is equivalent to the UDL, and then another point load which is equivalent to the UVL. Okay, again what is the intensity of this point load? So that is W into L. What is W given? W is given as 4, and what is length for which this UDL is spreaded? So that length is given as 3. So 4 into 3 will give you 12 kilonewton. So you can see here that a 12 kilonewton of force is provided. And where it will act? So it will act at the center. Okay, here again it will act at the center. As you can see, total length is 2 meters, so it is acting at 1 meter from point B. So here you can see from point B it is acting at 1 meter, and then remaining 1 meter plus 1.7 meter will give you 2.7 meters. Same way here we will distribute this load Same way here you will find that this point load will act at the center of the length BC. BC is given as 3 meter, then it will act at a distance 1.5 from point C, and then from B also it will be 1.5. so that's how we have converted a UDL into a point load. And next we will go for what? UVL. And then this both the point load we will represent over here, that will indicate what? Equivalent point loads of the trapezoidal load. Now we know formula for uniformly variable load is half into W into L. So what is W? W is 4, L is what? 3. So 4 into 3, 12, divided by 2 is what? 6. So here you can see a 6 kilonewton of point load is given, and where it will act? So from base it will act at a distance of L by 3. So 3 by 3 is giving you answer 1. Now we know that this length is 1.5 and this lower length is also 1.5. So 1.5 may say when I'll take this as 1, so remaining length will be what? 0.5. So this type of problems are very important. Usually in exam you will find that problems with trapezoidal load they are asking more. So you must understand how to convert this trapezoidal load into the two equivalent point load, where one point load is indicating UDL and another point load is indicating UVL. Once our free body diagram is ready, we will go for applying condition of equilibrium. Let us start with the first condition, and first condition suggests that summation of moment about any point is equal to 0. When I'm saying any point, I can take any of the point A, B or C. So let us start with A. So moment about A is equal to 0. For doing this, I'll consider moment in anti-clockwise direction are positive, so clockwise will give me a negative moment. So let us first start with point A. Whenever I'm taking moment about a point and from that particular point any force is passing, then that will give me moment as 0. So this HA and VA will give you moment as 0. Next we will go for this 10 kilonewton. So first I'll write force 10 into what is the distance between force and a point about which I am taking moment. So what is the distance between force and a point about which I am taking moment? Then since the force is vertical, I'll take horizontal distance which is equal to 2 meters. So 10 into 2. Okay, and this is producing moment in which direction? So it is producing moment in clockwise direction. So I have put minus sign for clockwise because anti-clockwise is positive. After this 10 we will go for a couple is given. Now directly a couple is given. That couple is given of 10 kilonewton meter. So here I'll write 10, only 10, because it's already given in terms of what? Kilonewton meter, that is couple. So no need to multiply it with distance. And here it is in which direction? So it is in anti-clockwise direction. So I'll put positive sign for anti-clockwise direction. Next is this 8 kilonewton. Then first I'll write 8 multiply by what is the horizontal distance between 8 and point A? So force and a point about which I'm taking moment. Then that distance is 6. As you can see, 2 plus 1.3 plus 1.7 will give you answer as what? 6. So here you will get answer as 8 into 6, and this 8 will produce moment in clockwise direction. So again I'll put minus sign over here. Okay, next we will go for RB. Now RB acting at point B is vertically upward. So here first I'll write RB, and that upward force now will produce moment in which direction? So it will produce moment in anti-clockwise direction. I will put plus sign for anti-clockwise. And what is the distance between RB and a point A? Because I am taking moment about point A. So this total distance is what? 7. This is 6 plus 1 is what? 7. So RB into 7. We are still left with these two forces, that is 6 and 12. So let us go for that forces. So first is a 6. 6 multiplied by. Now you can see that your force is horizontal force. When force is horizontal force, distance will be vertical. So what is vertical distance between 6 kilonewton and point A? So I'm talking about this distance, which is equal to 1 meter. Then I'll say 6 into 1. Now to this beam ABC, when I'll apply force at this point towards the left hand side, then it will produce moment in which direction? So as you can see, it is producing moment in anti-clockwise direction, so plus sign for anti-clockwise. Okay, if you are not getting it, then you can put your pen like this, okay, and then you apply the force, then it is rotating pen in which direction? It is rotating pen in anti-clockwise direction. And then last is what? 12 kilonewton. So 12 multiplied by, now what is distance between this 12 kilonewton and A? So that is a vertical distance, that will be 0.5 plus 1, and that will be equal to 1.5, and this will also produce moment in anti-clockwise direction, so plus sign for anti-clockwise, and this overall moment is equal to what? 0, because this system is in equilibrium, reactions are provided. Okay, and then I'll say from this given equation only what unknown left is Rp. So if I'll solve this equation, if I'll find value of Rb, then I'll get it as 4.857 kilonewton. Now since I'm getting answer as positive, what direction I have assumed for Rb, that is vertically upward, is right, so Rb is acting in upward direction. Now let us go for second step, and here I'll say summation of Fy is equal to 0, that is second condition of COE. While calculating this summation of Fy, upwards forces will considered as positive and downward forces will considered as negative. So let us start from here. First is we'll consider only Fy, so we'll consider only vertical force. So we'll say first VA. So first is VA, since it is acting upward, I have taken it as positive. Next is minus 10. Third is minus 8. Next is plus Rb, and then is equal to 0. Now we know value of Rb, and value of Rb is given as what? 4.857. When I'll put this value over here in equation, only VA is unknown, so I'll get answer of VA as 13.142 kilonewton, and that is what? Second reaction. So out of here 3 reaction are there, Rb, HA and VA. We got answer of VA and Rb, and last is left is what? HA. Since HA is a force, we know that it is a horizontal reaction at A. So what I'll do, I'll go for the third step, that is summation of Fx is equal to 0. Only one condition is left, summation of Fx is 0. While doing this, I'll consider that forces that are acting on right hand side is positive, so left hand side will be negative. Let us start with the calculation. So first is HA. Now HA is acting towards the right hand side, so positive. Next is this 6 kilonewton acting on left hand side, so minus 6, and then 12 kilonewton again on left hand side, so minus 12 is equal to 0. On solving this, I'll get answer of HA, which is equal to 18 kilonewton, and again answer I'm getting as positive. So HA का जो मैंने direction assume किया था right hand side, that is positive, and HA is acting on the right hand side. Now these problems are basically problems of support reaction, or in other words you can say that problems of beam reactions. This type of problems are very important from exam point of view. Here very important thing is reactions are provided, so you will consider beam under equilibrium, and by applying the 3 conditions, summation of MA, summation of Fy and summation of Fx, you will get required values of Ra, Rb, HA, VA, whatever unknowns are there. I hope you have understood this sum. Thank you.